Hey man, say man, it's been a while. Happy New Year, Happy Trill Year, Happy clutched up, clutched out year because we finna take it over. Big boss house, boss dog can't come through the door to touch his back, spoke about soliloquy. Never tell times don't last, good people do not be sure. Call them in the fall like maybe matter. Peep Peep game 84 was mine. Remember that number's 988. But before I get to the main entree, the main thing, remember clutched up, you know what I'm talking about that. Boxer, finna introduce our second host, future Hall of Famer legend. Brody in the Hustle, aka Coach B. Salute to all our soldiers. Let them know how you doing. Brother,
Hey, what it is, folks. Just like he said, it's a new year. It's gonna be a clutched up year. Cause like he said, clutch finna take over. Clutch factory finna take over. But we clutched up, we clutched out. Y'all know what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about that boxing. Hey, happy new year to y'all. I don't know what saying y'all go by. I don't know what lifestyle y'all live, but I don't believe in the new year, new me. I do believe in the new year, time to turn over a new leaf. You know what I'm saying? So I do apologize for being up out of the loop. Shout out to K Po for keeping the show afloat while I was trying to rebuild my boat. You feel me? But it is what it is. Y'all know what I'm finna tell y'all. The saying ain't changed. You know what I'm saying? God wake y'all up. He put breath in your body. Everything else is extra. Get up, do you, take care of the fam. Don't let nobody steer you away from that. And with all that being said, we got a few things to talk about. So I'm gonna pass it back to K Po. Let's go ahead and continue the show and let's let them know how we flow.
let's step up to the next topic. Gervonta Tank Davis, stripped of his WBA belt. He is a champion in recess. He also has a one out for his arrest, which I question. Um, I don't discuss personal matters on fighters. But coach, how do you feel about Gervonta Tank Davis being stripped of his WBA title? Let me know something.
Uh, mm, I'm kind of torn between the two. I feel like he needed to be stripped simply because inactivity. Number one, number two, like Capo said, I'm not into discussing other men's issues publicly, out in the open publicly. But at the same time, he seemed like a trouble man. I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to speak on it. It just seems like a trouble man because every time we turn around, it's someone Tank Davis dealing with the law enforcement. So it is what it is. But at the same time, inactivity. Let's just keep it strictly boxing. Inactivity, and not only that, I stand firm and I'm being brash and bold with what I said. I'm not changing it. He has unfinished business. You need to go and fight Lamont Roach again before you think about anybody else. You need to clarify. You need to make that victory clear and concise. You need to let the world know, hey, I'm Tank Davis, and I am who I say I am, and I am who the boxing world think I am. And if you don't think I'm him, then I'm gonna show you I'm him. And after you take care of Lamont Roach, go get Pitbull Cruz again, because that's what you put on your list. And after that, go after the rest of them. You got unfinished business, and I'm standing on business, and I'm saying what I'm saying. He needs to go and fight Lamont Roach again, beat Pitbull Cruz again, and then go after the rest of them so you can go do what you got to do and take care of your business matters personally and not be in the spotlight for foolishness. You need to be in the spotlight for being a great fighter, a great boxer named Gervonta Tank Davis. You don't need to be called Gervonta Davis, who's in trouble with the law. Like I said, it is what it is, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm short and sweet with this
I think that it's good for the division. You know, to answer the question directly, frees it up for other guys, the young guys, to make a name for themselves and really battle. Will we want to see Devontae Tank Davis still a champion? Yes, but at the end of the day, um, Tank is not a guy that's built his career on belts anyway. So I think you know once he handle his legal trouble, he'll be able to come back and fight wherever. Um, that's the only knock on Tank though is he don't have a lot of titles in his career. You know, and his resume, I won't say it's horrible, but he don't have elite names on his resume. So we know if he has those belts, that's more leverage for him to dictate, um, what type of fighter you want and all that. So, uh, but like I said before, frees up the division, gets these young guys. an opportunity to make a name for themselves. The problem with boxing today is, a lot of the young guys are, kind of stuck in the shadows, right? And back in the day, you had your top guys, but they always had their young guys coming up, and they're making noise. Well, now they don't have that anymore, right? So you got a bunch of young guys that their brand isn't bubbling, right? So you know gives full scope for the opportunity to get a belt. PBC is trying to get Lamont Roach to get a belt. That's why they keep giving him all these opportunities. So I just think that it just frees up the division for the youngsters, man. And me and Coach B talk about this all the time. Like, we really invested into the youngsters. Yeah, we talk about the known guys, but we like to talk about the unknown too. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of good fighters that are unknown, that should get opportunity to fight for a title. You know what I mean? So um, we shall see. You know, prayers for Tank. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the full details of his situation, but even if I did, I'm not speaking on it. And that's what it is.